What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out the ultimate power banks. You can basically use these to charge any device that you have. If you have a laptop, if you have a smartphone, if you have a drone, basically any device that needs charging, well, you can definitely use these for that. So this is called the UGREEN Nexode. This is the one that has a 12,000 milliamp hour capacity. So this is the more affordable out of the two. This has an output of 100 watts. And on the right here, we have the UGREEN Nexode 20,000 milliamp hour capacity power bank. This is definitely my favorite. And this one has a maximum output of 130 watts. So if you want to charge your laptop and your phone at the same time, you can definitely do that, and both devices will be charging at their maximum charging speed. Of course, the maximum charging speeds would also depend on the device that you are charging. But this is definitely my favorite one out of the two. But if you're on a budget, of course, this one will work really well, and it will also fast charge your devices as well. All right, so for a super quick unboxing, or more like what comes in the box with these power banks. So they come in these boxes right here in the box of the big one. So this is the one that has a 20,000 milliamp hour capacity. You're gonna get this carrying pouch here. You're also gonna get a USB-C to a USB-C cable, and we also have the user manual or instruction manual. And in the box of the smaller one, so the more affordable one out of the two, you're gonna find basically the same cable and the same instruction manuals, but you're not gonna get that little pouch that comes with the 20,000 milliamp hour capacity one. All right, so we are starting with my favorite out of the two, and of course this is the one that has the larger capacity. So this has a 20,000 milliamp hour capacity. So the other one has a 12,000 milliamp hour capacity. So of course I do prefer this one. Now this one has 3 ports at the top here. All combined, they can output up to 130 watts. So we have 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A port. So this will be able to fast charge any device that you have, well, depending how fast that device charges, of course. And you can also charge your laptop. For laptops, I tried my MacBook Pro, and the maximum output that I've seen from this power bank was about 82 or 84 watts. I'll actually show you some B-roll charging my laptop so you can see that charging speed. Now, another thing I really like about this, so the charging speed for the power banks, so this can take up to 65 watts. The fastest I've seen this charging was about 63 or 64 watts. Again, I'll have some B-roll over me showing you the charging speed that I've seen. But what I really like about this, something that you don't typically see with a lot of power banks, you can have this charging. So this is charging. And then you can connect other devices to charge from the power bank. So very important, because with a lot of these power banks, you cannot do both things at the same time. So you can either charge it or charge other devices. You cannot do both things at the same time. So with this one, yes, you can charge it. So the power bank is charging and you can charge other devices from it. The TFT display that we have on the front of the power bank here is also very useful. First of all, it will show you how much charge the battery pack has. And then whatever devices you have connected to this, it will show you how much the power bank is outputting for those devices. So how much they are actually taking in. And the same goes if you're charging the power bank. Not to mention you have like a timer at the top. So for example, if you are charging the power bank, you can actually see a timer at the top telling you how long it will take for the power bank to actually finish charging, or if it's discharging, if something is charging from it, it will show you how long you have till the battery pack will run out of power at that current output. So very useful having that display. Not to mention that if you press that button on the side, so we have a little button on the side here, you get to a new screen. That other screen basically shows you the voltage and the real-time power curve of whatever is charging, or if you're charging the power bank itself. So very, very useful having that display on the front of the power bank. Looking at the power bank itself, it is very solidly built. It weighs 480 grams, so it's definitely not heavy for this large capacity power bank, and it's also quite small, so very easy to fit this in a backpack or a purse or something like that. As for safety, of course, this is flight approved, so you can take this on a plane and you can charge your devices while you're flying. So you can charge your laptop, you can charge your phone, you can charge your headphones, and you can actually charge all three at the same time because we do have 3 ports at the top here. This also features what's called the thermal guard system, so it will basically take temperature measurements 200 times per second, ensuring a stable and safe operating temperature during use. So of course, if this gets too hot whenever you are charging something from it, it will lower that power output so it stays cooler. So this will basically take care of itself. You don't really have to take care of it. It will do everything by itself and it will stay safe all by itself. Moving on to our smaller capacity power bank. So this one has a 12,000 milliamp hour capacity. So of course not as much as the other one, but good enough for most users, I'm gonna say. Not to mention that this one can output 100 watts from that USB-C port that we have here at the top. So we have a USB-C port and a USB-A port at the top. This has a weight of 309 grams, so 480, 309. So if you don't want to carry a lot of weight with you, this will definitely be better. Not to mention that this one is smaller, plus it can also fast charge pretty much any device that you have. So still pretty fast charging from this device here. Not to mention it supports the same 65 watt charging. So you can charge this in about an hour and a half from 0 to 100 if you do have a fast charger, of course. Now this one does have a display on the front here, but it doesn't show as much information as the other one. So you basically get to see the power bank capacity on the display there, but doesn't show you how much power a device is taking from the power bank. However, you can also charge this and have another device charging from it at the same time. So the same as it was with this one here. So of course I've tried this with my laptop, I've tried this with my iPhone, I've tried this with the Samsung device, so everything charges as fast as the device can charge. So both can output quite a bit of power, and even though this is smaller and a lot cheaper, it still has a lot of potential. So if you have any devices that need charging on the go, any of these would do great. Of course, this is the cheaper one out of the two, but I do prefer the larger one here because, of course, the larger capacity, the fact that we have more ports on the top here. Not to mention that this one, after 1,000 charges and discharges, it will still retain over 80% of its capacity. So 1,000 charge cycles, that's about, I don't know, 2.5 years. So basically, if you charge this and discharge it for about 2.5 years, after 2.5 years, this would retain over 80% of its capacity. So pretty insane. Not to mention that you can charge all the devices at the maximum charging speed that they support, because both power banks do support a variety of charging protocols. So as always, there will be some links in the video's description so you can check these out. Thanks UGREEN for sponsoring this video, even though these two devices are really nice to have. And this is definitely my favorite one because of the larger capacity, of course, and the screen that we have on the front here. Alright guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.